Can you hear me yet? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can now.
Okay. I see Dean has his microphone off too.
I believe he's going to open it when he speaks, he said.
Okay. And Frank, somebody's joined us.
Frank Brandolino, he's the IT guy. He's running the meeting for us.
Okay. Okay. It's good to have an IT guy run the meetings. So is anybody there, Ron?
No one's in the building at this point. Greg Bickus did show up, but he decided since he didn't have a computer to look onto, he went back home to get on his iPad.
Okay.
Hey, Ron, can you hear me? This is Jim Louch.
Yes, I can, Jim.
Okay, perfect.
All right. You can hear me, Ron?
Yes, I can.
All right, I'm back then. Dean's back with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I got knocked off. I don't know if this is a bad connection, but I'm back now.
Yeah, I kicked everybody off for a moment, Dean, but we're all back now. We needed to add another person to the meeting, and that was the only way I could do that. And
Okay,
it's,
no problem.
all righty. 7 minutes till, are we going to start right at 6, or maybe you'll give me the high sign then when we'll start, Ron?
I could do that. I believe 6 o'clock is long. Well, we do have an Augustine and Barbara here. We do have a quorum.
Okay. And I do see that it's being recorded. The red dot is going, so we're good with
Right.
that as well.
Yep. I see Denise Rumchek is joining us now. I believe you're on mute.
Yep, she is.
Which is fine. Just use your space bar when you want to speak, Denise.
Like that?
There you
There
go.
you go.
There you go.
We're all getting pretty good at this, aren't we, Ron?
I'm hands free. All right, I see Greg made it.
So Frank, why do some of us have to hold the space bar down and some don't?
Well, with Dean, he doesn't have a laptop, but he did figure something out with that one. Jim, are you on a laptop?
An iPad.
An iPad? So if I mute you, do you see a
iPad.
button there that you can hit whenever you want to speak?
I do, yes. And
All right.
yes, oh, I see.
So
Yeah,
I'm I'm going to mute you, and why don't you go ahead and try hitting that button and try talking, okay?
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, we lost your video, but yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I lost the video myself too. That
Yeah,
ain't good.
we didn't do nothing to lose. There you go. You're back.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, Greg, you have
So I
yours.
got some icons I can play around with to try to get it back on, I guess.
No, you're back on our end. We can see you. You can't see us?
Yeah, I can now, yes.
Okay. Barb, are you on a laptop?
I'm on a desktop.
Okay, so I'm going to mute you. Let's try you, okay? What you want to do is just hit your space bar when you want to talk, okay?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes. Try it again, Barb. There you go. Okay, yeah, I can tell that you're hitting it. Karen, you're on mute. You want to try hitting yours, please?
Yes, mine works. I used it last time. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. So what we're just trying to do is just try to keep the background noise out from the general public hearing the background noise. And by doing the mute and using your buttons or your space bars when you would like to talk, that's going to be the best way to do that.
Okay, so you want us to hit our space bars to talk?
Correct.
Okay,
Or whatever the button is on your device.
okay.
Laptops, desktops, you can use your space bar. iPads, iPhones, you'll need to use the button on the screen.
You gonna test Greg's?
I'm computer literate. I think I can handle this.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks,
you
Greg.
passed.
Sorry,
We
didn't
have,
mean
we
to
have to
miss you,
use the
Greg. I
space
thought
bar
we
to
tried.
laugh too.
Right. I will mute mine as soon as we
Yeah.
get started.
My dad was a TV repairman. He's got an awesome set of tools.
I got about another minute before we could start.
Okay.
Ron, is there anybody present besides us, the public?
Nobody's present, and I don't see any attendees on the computer either.
Mary Ann, when you want to speak, you'll need to use your space bar, okay?
Okay.
There you go.
Is Dean on?
Yeah, Dean's on. We've talked to Dean already. Do we need to wait for the lawyer on or no?
I think he's connecting,
Yes.
except I have Jim Lausch's name on it.
That's
we
probably
have a
because of
double.
yeah. That's probably because of the invite that he's using, I bet.
Hi,
Okay.
yeah, this is Steve Veltman. I'm here on behalf of Gary Mueller, and I am using Jim Welsh's invite.
Can you spell your last name, Steve?
Yes, it's V as in Victor, ELTMAN.
Thank you.
Steve, what type of device are you on? A laptop?
Yes,
Okay. We're going to mute you, and when you want to speak, you'll need to hit your space bar to speak, okay?
that's fine. Thanks.
All right. I'm going to put it on mute, and let's go ahead and test it. Give me 1 sec, please.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yep, he's good. Thank you.
All right, I do have 6 o'clock. I guess we can start this public hearing if everybody's
All right,
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the broadcast and you're gonna have to wait until I tell you to start, okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
So I'm gonna get the other machine going real quick. Okay, go ahead, Ron.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for attending the meeting here on Zoom. This is a public hearing for the budget appropriations. I would like to start tonight out with a Pledge of Allegiance, if we could. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, thank you. We'll start out tonight with a roll call. Denise, you are still muted.
Thank you. Okay. Supervisor Ron Alberico,
I'm here.
Trustee Barb Delaney, Trustee Greg Bickus,
Here.
Trustee Karen Johnson,
Here,
Highway Commissioner Jim Lausch, and Trustee Dean Morelli.
I'm here.
Okay,
All right, thank you. This is for a public hearing for the public, I guess, and for any comments they may have, or I believe the board can talk to if they want to through this time. This is for the highway and for the it's town fund, GA, senior, all 4 funds. So I will leave it up to the floor if anybody has any comments.
Ron, remember this public hearing right now is just for the road and bridge budget and appropriation.
Maybe I'm confused. I thought the public hearing was for both, but we will vote on the highway during this public hearing. Is that correct?
I thought you had another agenda for town fund and GA.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at in the packet that I know that we approve the road and bridge as well as we do the other one later though in the meeting, correct?
Well, I do have 2 agendas, you're correct, but they both start at 6 o'clock. So the public is for both of them.
Okay, but you want to do the road and bridge separately than the other ones, correct?
We do vote and approve the road and bridge budget during the public hearing, and we approve the general assistance, senior, and town fund during the regular meeting. So we can discuss them both, talk about them during this public hearing, but we will only have a vote on the road and bridge during this first half hour.
Just so you know, they are both separate minutes. So I believe they both have to have coming out and going back into the next fund.
Okay, let's open it up for the road and bridge. Do we need a motion for that?
I don't believe so.
Okay, the floor is open for the road and bridge budget.
Okay, I guess obviously since there's no one that seems to be present there with you, Ron, for addressing us with these, what's been on display for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my only comment As you know, we discussed this budget and appropriation in the past. I guess what's going on now with the current environment, it even concerns me more to go ahead and approve this budget. Not the entire budget. Again, my only concern is that we are going to give people 3% raise with our current environment. I think we're setting a bad example. There are many people who, thousands and thousands of people who have lost their jobs. There are many companies, organizations that are putting their employees on furlough. They're asking people to take early retirements because of our current environment. And it doesn't seem like we're doing our due diligence to do any of that. And I think this is kind of a slap in the face to the residents of Lockport Township by giving a raise of 3% at this time. I just want that said for the record.
Duly noted. I do see we do have 6 attendees now, and it is open to them too. I'm not sure if they're understand the system. I believe you have to push a button that says raise your hand. Is that right, Frank?
If they have something to say and they're a panelist, they can hit their space bar and speak. Or if they are an attendee of the general public, they can raise their hand, and yes, we can call on them.
Okay. I want to let the attendees know that are watching this that they can raise their hand and I will let them speak. I don't see anybody raising their hand. So, well, I appreciate your comment. On the other hand, I will make my comment on that. It's my thought that I know the times with the pandemic going on and we have lost a lot of people have lost their jobs, but our employees are working. We are essential workers, I believe. We're not frontline. I understand that, but we are having a lot of calls. We're helping people get to places and get directions and helping them. And the medical closet, we're still giving out equipment to a lot of people that are sick. And I feel that most of the employees that are out there, front workers, the grocery store, the plumbers, the landscapers, are all being called heroes. And I feel like our employees are being called, you're lucky to have a job. So I don't feel good about that. I believe there's a lot of employers that are giving extra money to their employees right now because of they're working through this pandemic. I also have to say that we pay our trustees a lot of money per month to do this, and this raise 3% is an average of about 50 cents an hour to our workers, and their insurance rates are going to go up 5%. So this year they're going up 5% average insurance, and we're giving them a 3% raise. So I think it's a wash, and I think they deserve it for putting their life on the lines, coming out and working too, because they're not all just working from home. They're in this office 2 and 3 days a week too. So that's my comment. Don't see any hands up for the.
Well, I'd like to comment on that also.
Okay. I lost
Probably,
you.
it's me speaking, Ron. It's Greg.
Okay. I lost you for a second.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Now I can't.
So my comment regarding the raises. My comment regarding the raises. Can everybody hear me now?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We can
Yes,
hear you,
no?
yes.
I can hear you. Ron,
I'm
can you
assuming,
hear it, Frank?
Okay. Is that as a government employee, you signed up for to work for the government. When I was growing up and up till now and living in Illinois, I was always thought that government employees were paid a little bit less, but they had the reliability of a job when things like this hit. And they also get the Cadillac health benefits. So I don't see the reason why the government employees should be getting a raise at this time, when probably, I don't know the exact numbers, but there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to be getting raises, are going to be losing their businesses, losing their jobs, and they still got to pay their property taxes. But they have it was forced on them to not work by the government.
All right, thank you. Any other comments? So at this point, unless somebody from the audience
I'll
wants,
just say something briefly. I, can I continue, Ron?
yes, I'm
Can you
sorry.
hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me, Ron? Yeah, okay.
yeah,
I
go
just
ahead.
wanted to say I support a raise for the employees. I truly appreciate what you guys have expressed. Okay. Can everybody else hear me? I
Yes,
appreciate what Barb and Greg expressed about these times, and we're at the beginning of a lot of uncertainty. I'm inclined to give them the raises for now. We still have a surplus in the budget, and we can evaluate whether we do the same next year or next year. But I think for now it's I am in favor of the 3% raise.
all right, thank you for your comment. I appreciate your candor. Is there anybody else who would like to speak? Again, I invite attendees. I believe you have to show a way you can raise your hand. It should be on your computer. I am not seeing any, so I will, at this point, I believe we could take a motion to approve the budget for the, let me get it right, 2021 budget of the ordinance, approval of the ordinance number 2020-1, 2021 budget and appropriations for the road and bridge. Now I will make the motion to pass it.
Could you please make that subject to calculation?
I'm sorry, yes, subject to calculation.
Ron?
Yeah, I
could
did hear you.
make that motion subject to calculation? Thank you.
Okay, I will make that motion subject to calculation. And I think I hear your dog or cat. So our motion's on the floor.
I have a question. What do you mean by calculation?
I'll second the
I'll
motion.
second the motion.
Okay, I got a second by Dean. Subject to calculation. If there's a number wrong through the accountant, when we put this all together, pennies, we change it. Nothing's going to change other than, you know, if the calculations are wrong. Is that correct, Denise?
That is correct. And then putting in, if it passes, any raises that would go with that calculation.
All right, thank you. I have a motion and a second by Dean. Any other questions? Can I have a roll call, please?
Alberico?
Yes.
Alberico?
Yes. Yes.
Delaney?
No.
Barb Delaney?
No.
Greg Biss? Are you
Greg
having a
Biss,
hard time
no.
hearing me?
Give everybody a lot of time.
There is a problem with Zoom right now. It seems like it's a
Karen
little
Johnson?
oversaturated. Yeah,
Yes, for me.
exactly, Ron.
Morelli?
Trustee Dean Morelli, yes.
All right, motion carries. I appreciate everybody's vote. At this point, we'll close the discussion for the appropriations for the road and bridge. And we'll move on to the town. Town budget, which will be.
Hey, Ron, I just want to thank the board. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, I'll open up the public hearing for the general assistance, senior and town fund. Anybody have any questions or comments they'd like to talk about in the general assistance, senior or town fund?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. How much money do we have appropriated for a new building and equipment to fill that building?
What I put in there, and I have a hard time finding it up on which page it is. I believe I put $150,000 in. I can't trying to think of the line item. It's called. I put 150 in projects. I put 150 in capital improvement. That's what I was looking for. And I put 150 in senior projects or capital improvement. I'm sorry. I believe, or it's 100,000, I believe. I should have brought the easier reading budget than this one because it's spread over.
So that's a total of $400,000 to build
No,
a building.
No, I believe I put about $300,000 all total because I got an estimate about 350, I thought it was. If it was if I'm not mistaken, it was we got a estimate from a pre-bid company that does all the bidding for us, and it's through the government, so it's all through the government agencies. I believe the building was about, now I'm escaping me, it's 300 or 350, and I did appropriate the money in the budget for that. And that doesn't mean we have to build the building either. All I'm doing is appropriating should we decide to build it. If not, we could use that for other projects or any other capital improvement. Everybody get that? All right, any other questions about the general assistance, senior, or town fund?
Yeah, I have a couple questions. As I'm looking at the packet on page 3 of the, let me make sure I'm under the general town fund on page 3.
Of the budget?
I'm sorry, what?
On the budget, page 3?
Yes. It's basically under 1.1 administration.
Let me get there. Page 3. Okay,
Yes.
say that again.
Okay, on page 3, under 1.1, under administration, under personnel, it looks like the numbers were changed. Obviously, it was 47,842, and it was changed to 52,342. What is this for, and for who?
That would be under the clerk's office, I believe. She raised the budget for part-time when she did the early voting this past election. She feels like there's a lot more coming in, and she believes with this pandemic, there'll be a lot more early voting. So she increased her part-time help.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to clarify on that. And then under maintenance, contractual service, obviously that's for additional maintenance service.
That's additional, actually, that's through Velocita for their licensing, and I believe she's gotten a new computer system that it needs more backup for the maintenance, is what she told me.
Okay, and this is from Denise's office.
That's correct.
Okay,
So Barb, do you see where it says C on there? That's clerk. On that budget, when it says C, that's the clerk's office. S is the supervisor.
okay, and then T is obvious. What's the T?
I think that's just the
Is
whole township, right? That's
the
everybody's.
town fund.
Okay, just wanted, like I said, I just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
All right, any other questions of the budget? We have 8 attendees watching. I don't see anybody raising their hands. This would be the time to talk if you have a discussion with the budget. All right, does anybody have anything else they'd like to add at this point? Otherwise, we could adjourn this meeting and we'll have to wait 5 or 6 minutes and open up our other meeting. So we can all go get a drink of water or whatever you need. I would
Okay,
like to,
so we don't approve this budget till the next meeting, correct?
that's correct.
Okay,
Every year I question that because I really don't understand why one is in one meeting, one is in the other, but it's always been told the same, and I have to trust and believe that's the correct way.
It is a state statute. Yes. It's always been that way and nobody understands why, but it is a state statute. So maybe sometime, Jim, you could look it up for us.
I'll
All
do
right.
that, Denise.
okay, so do you need a motion to adjourn till our next meeting?
Yes, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney.
I'll second the motion.
I got a second by Karen Johnson. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right.
All right, I will adjourn this meeting and we will start up again at 6:30. Thank you very much, everybody. Now we're just going to stare at each other. I feel like an airplane pilot.
So Ron, these new attendees, are they there in the building or are they on the computer?
They're on the computer. I have a little sidebar that tells me who's watching. It doesn't tell me who, but it tells me how many are watching. And I believe on their screen, there's a way to press a button that shows they're raising their hand if they want to speak. So I've been.
Barb, if you see a button on yours that says participants, if you're on a laptop, it's usually at the bottom of the screen. You can click on participants and you'll be able to see what Ron's seeing as well.
Okay, but on my desktop, I'm not seeing anything like that.
Yep, look at the bottom of your screen. You'll see 4 icons: participants, question and answer, share screen, the very bottom in the center. You're using Windows?
Yep, now I see it. So what do I press on to see it?
Click on participants, and then it'll open up on the right-hand side of your screen. And then there's 2
Okay, I
tabs.
see
One
it.
one is us, and then one is the general public, the tabs.
Okay, and I see the raise hand button. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
I would like to thank Ron and your staff for your condolences during this time of the loss of my loved one and my family's loved one. So thank you, Ron, for reaching out. Appreciate that.
Well, I do want to extend again our sympathy, my office, I know, and Mary Ann's office or the clerk's office and the assessor's office. I know we all want to support you at this time.
It's a hard enough time in our country to lose a loved one during this COVID is, I can't even express how difficult. So thank you.
You're welcome.
The highway commissioner as well, Denise.
Thank you, Jim.
Jim, I don't see you every day. I forget to include you sometimes. I apologize.
That's okay, actually.
Out of sight, out of mind, I guess. I got about 2 more minutes and we can start up and get through the next meeting. I also do want to welcome Sherry Williams on the screen.
Yes, welcome, Sherry. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Michelle and Frank, I'm going to take it that those are pictures of you because you haven't changed your expression the whole time.
Yes, yes, Denise. You're so cute.
Okay, how are we doing here? All right, I do have 6:30 on my little clock here, so is everybody ready? Can I move forward, Frank?
Yes, you can, Ron. We are still recording.
Okay, I would like to welcome everybody to our regular monthly meeting of May 12th, 2020. This is the Road and Bridge part of the meeting, so I would ask everybody to start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance again. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. That's a little hard when I got people in my head. All right, we'll start out with a roll call of officers, please.
Supervisor Ron Alberico,
I'm here.
Trustee Barb Delaney,
Here.
Trustee Greg Bickus,
Here.
Trustee Karen Johnson,
Here.
Highway Commissioner Jim Lausch,
Here.
and Trustee Dean Morelli.
Here.
All right, thank you. You have the minutes in your packets, I believe, for the monthly meeting of April 7th, 2020. I do need a motion to pass the minutes.
I'll make that motion to pass the minutes.
I got a motion by
Second.
Barb Delaney, second by, I didn't see, Greg
Greg.
Bickus.
Yes.
All right, any questions of the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, it passes. Okay, we have the bills of $79,762.93. I do need a motion to pay the bills for the highway department.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
Second.
second by Greg Bickus. Any questions of the bills? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Alberico,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Bickus,
Yes.
Johnson, Karen, I didn't hear you.
She's still muted, but I could see her saying yes.
There's-
Yes,
There she
sorry, I
goes.
was
Just a
looking at
little
a
bit of a
different
delay.
screen. Evidently, it doesn't work then. Yes.
Thank you. Morelli,
Yes.
All right, bills pass. Are there any citizens in the attendees wishing to address the highway commissioner? I don't believe anybody's raising their hand, so I will move on. Mr. Lausch, your highway commissioner's report for tonight. Yep, you got to press your button. Jim? Yeah, there you go. Nope. You're not on yet, Jim.
Jim, you're still muted.
Okay, how about now?
Now you're good.
Better?
Yep.
Okay. Good evening, township officials, residents logging in to watch tonight's meeting. Just a quick update on what we've been doing with the Highway Commission's taking a proactive measure to accomplish our duties while staying in compliance with Governor Pritzker's executive order designed to keep workers and residents safe. And while all the responsibilities of the Highway Commissioner's office are being met, we have had to make some changes in our standard operating procedure. First, the office is primarily closed to visitors, but residents may call to report a problem, obstruction, or debris in the township road. And when it's not in the township road, we'll refer the matter to the appropriate city or state office. Second, we're back on full shifts now, but we were rotating the employees from road duty to shop inventory, keeping the facility clean and all the workers alert and healthy. In the course of our inventory and testing equipment and vehicles, we found following problems that need to be addressed through repair and replacement. And I think I've provided a list of those pieces of equipment that they're outdated, not up to operational standards. So we want to either sell them or remove them from the inventory. So I would ask the board to surplus these items so I could move forward with getting them off the inventory and getting them out of the garage.
All right, I believe everybody does have a list. I would entertain a motion to approve the approval of the surplus list.
I'll make that motion to approve.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
Second.
second by Greg Bickus. Is there any questions of the list?
Yeah, I'm wondering about the GMC vehicle. Is that going to be retired or replaced?
And I called TOI. They kind of gave a threshold of 2,500. If it was over, then it should go on the TOI website. And because we really don't know what it is, I'm just going to assume it's over 2,500 and work with TOI to put it on their website to basically auction it off.
Okay, but I'm just wondering what it was used for and if it's just older and you want to get rid of it, but you're going to buy a new one, or is it not needed anymore, a vehicle?
It's not operational. It doesn't work. There's various problems with it. And it's sat there, I guess, according to the guys, it's been sitting there a few years now. And the truck that I've been using is the one John had. So eventually, will they buy another truck? Yes. But for right now, we just want to get this off our inventory and out of the garage, taking up space.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions? Okay, we have a motion and a second. I'll take a roll call.
Morelli,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Vickers,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Alberico.
Yes. All right. John, and you're still on if you want. If you have anything else.
No, sir, that'll conclude the report for tonight. Thank you, Ron.
All right, Jim, not John. I said, I get you guys confused. Sorry. I apologize.
Again, thank you, everyone.
All right, moving on. I guess I have no other business in the road and bridge, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Greg, a second by Barb Delaney, I believe. All in favor? I'll take that as a yes.
Aye.
All right,
Aye.
aye. All right. Moving on to our general assistance fund. Again, you have the minutes in your packet of the monthly meeting of April 7th, 2020. I do need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney.
I'll second it.
And I got a second by Karen Johnson. Are there any questions of the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Motion carries. You have the bills of $7,087.28. I do need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll
I'll
make a
make
motion.
that
to pay the
motion.
bills.
You guys are both pushing your button at the same time. So this
We
time,
are.
Barb Delaney, I'll say motioned it, and Greg Bickus seconded it. Any questions of the bills? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Vickers,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Alberico,
Yes.
Morelli,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. In your packets, you should have the financial monthly report and your financial aid breakdown that we usually have in there. I have been talking to the GA lady, and she's been taking out a lot. There has been a lot of calls, and she's been emailing everybody from the office or from home and getting their information. I think people are a little hard pressed not coming into the office though, because we're not getting a lot returned from what I was understanding, but we're going to keep on trying to reach out. I think there'll be a lot more general assistance in another couple of months here when this pandemic really settles in. But other than that, I have no other business. I would ask.
I got a question, Ron, on general assistance.
Sure.
With the current situation, is there any chance or any talk of changing the requirements for the receiving general assistance from the township?
We don't really have the authority to do anything like that. It
Well,
has to
there
be.
may be talk from the the state.
Yeah, there really hasn't been any talk on this from the state. I'm trying to reach out with more of the Salvation Army. When people call us, if we can't help them because of the problems, we're also a Salvation Army outlet too, so we could try to get them money through that.
Okay.
And we've been working with Lockport Resource Center. I always want to say Lockport Love. It's Lockport Resource Center too. Been fielding a lot of calls through them.
I did talk to Jim Naylor from the food pantry today to see to get a gauge on how they were handling things, and he said right now they are doing okay. What they could really use is some younger volunteers to help clean their facility. They have mainly older people that volunteer there, so if anybody knows of any younger people that would volunteer to help clean the facility, that'd be greatly appreciated.
I believe that's a good, thank you for that comment. That'd be very good. The only thing I would maybe reach out to is I know the high schools, I know they're shut down and they're learning through remote, but they probably still have to have their community service. So maybe they could reach out to the schools. I will have to talk to Jim or somebody at the food pantry tomorrow when I'm in. All right. We have a motion for the bills. A second. Is that where we're at? I believe. And I do need a roll call then.
We already did the bills. We got a roll call, motion carried on the bills. We are down in, you were down in the old business for financial aid.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get talking and I forget where I'm at. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
apologize. All right. Any citizens wishing to address the board? Did I invite the audience for general assistance?
I believe so.
Okay. Then I have no other business here in general assistance. Thank you for coaching me through this. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney. I'm sorry.
Second.
Second by Greg Bickus. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. Okay, moving on to our senior fund. Again, you have the minutes of the April 7th, 2020 meeting. I would need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
Second.
a second by Greg Bickus. Any questions of the minutes for senior fund? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. You have the bills of $26,834.63. I do need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney.
Second.
I'll second it.
I got a second by Greg Bickus. Any questions of the bills?
Ron, I do have a question. Everybody's been working, getting paid for full time, right? That's
Yes.
like on senior.
Yes, we have been paying our employees that are working. We did lay off the 4 bus drivers and one of our maintenance men, or furloughed them, I guess is the correct term. So they're off the payroll now. But the dispatcher and everybody else is still working because they're answering phones and reaching out to our seniors that do need help. I do have to, sorry to say that we have lost 3 of our riders through the coronavirus though. And we have been in contact with all our riders.
Have you received any information on when we'll begin starting service again for the senior bus?
All right, now I'm really relying on the governor, to open up the state. When it does open, I know, we'll start slow. I think we'll only start out with just the dialysis patients, getting them to the hospital for dialysis or their dialysis units. Then we'll maybe start with doctor's appointments, because these are the most vulnerable people for this pandemic. I don't want to start taking people out grocery shopping and going to the beauty shop and stuff like that right away. We'll start slow, and as soon as the governor says we can open up. The issue I think is going to be, and it's just my own personal thought, is we're being tied in with Cook County because we're a very big county. Will County's got a lot of population. We're going to be probably the last ones to open up. I do expect to be probably through June, but we'll have to really rely on the state.
Okay.
Any other questions? Can I have a roll call, please?
Alberico,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Bickus,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Morelli.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Any citizens wishing to address the board for the senior fund? I don't believe I see anybody, so I will move on. Okay, under new business, I really don't have a lot under new business or anything. I did want to mention that our senior expo that was going to be held on June 3rd is canceled. I hate to say that, but we all kind of expected that. I am in talks with the mayor of Lockport, has called me. We want to work together on any kind of plan to reach out to our seniors that we might be able to help them with, getting groceries, anything we could come up with. He's kicking ideas around. I'm kicking ideas around to see what we could do as a team. And if we come up with ideas, I'm also going to try to include Crest Hill in our part of Romeoville, because I have to represent everybody here in this township. So hopefully we'll come up with some good ideas. And I also asked him to contact the Park District. Maybe we could work with them. We seem to work pretty well with the Park District and the cities. So other than that, I have nothing else under senior, or under senior. So I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
I'll second it.
a second by Karen Johnson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on to our town fund. Again, you have the minutes of the April 7th meeting, 2020. Do you want to do these on two separate votes, Denise?
That would be good.
Okay, we'll take the minutes, the monthly minutes first. I need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
Second.
a second by Greg Bickus. Any questions of the monthly meeting of April 7th? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion is approved. We'll go on to the approval of the special meeting of April 21st, 2020, the meeting minutes. I do need a motion to pass those minutes.
I'll make the motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
Second.
second by Greg Bickus. Any questions of the special meeting minutes? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, motion carries. You have the bills of $169,711. I do need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
Second.
second by Greg Bickus. Any questions of the bills?
Yeah, I guess I may be jumping ahead a little bit, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I wanted to know, underneath, you have under new business, the appointment of the assessor position, retroactive, going back to May 1st, is that included in paying of the bills that you're asking us to approve?
I'm not sure if it's included in those bills or not, to be quite honest with you. I don't think so. They'd have to be calculated as to what we, because we paid her as an employee. We'd have to bring that back and pay her as the assessor if it's approved. So that would be calculated next month's meeting bills, I believe.
Okay, so, all right, so basically, under the new business, the retroactive is not gonna be approved until next month's bills. That's what you're saying?
Well, we'll approve it at tonight's meeting, but the money won't be shown in the bills until next month because I'm not going to pay somebody if it's not approved.
Okay, so then I guess maybe it's a two-part question. Why are we retroactive paying her, even though right now she's not even in that position yet?
Well, she has been running it as a deputy. We appointed her as the deputy assessor last
Right.
month, and she's
Right.
been doing all the duties of the assessor for a month and now half a month. I think, we could have, and she could have asked as a deputy to be paid right from the very beginning, and she hasn't. But I thought it was only right to at least give her this month.
Okay. I mean, in my opinion, like I said, I don't know how anybody else feels. I don't agree with that because basically we didn't even approve the position yet. So you're basically paying somebody for a position that they're really not in yet. She is getting paid already as a deputy clerk, but she is not not deputy clerk, excuse me, deputy assessor. She already is getting an income for that until her position is approved. She shouldn't be getting the pay for it. Again, that's just my opinion.
All right. I'll take your, I appreciate your opinion.
Well, did we approve her as the interim assessor?
Yes,
for that time period?
Yes, we did.
Okay. So hopefully that clarifies things.
You know what? I apologize. I said deputy. I should have said interim. She was the interim. We approved her. To be
Okay.
interim.
All right. Yeah, that's where I was confused. Okay. So she was the interim assessor. Is
Right.
what we approved,
Right.
not the deputy.
No.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
And then I changed my opinion on that because the terminology was wrong. So, okay, we're good.
All right. Any other questions of the bills? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Alberico,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Fickus,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Morelli.
Yes.
Okay. Motion carries. I need to approve the water bills, which is 0 this month. We had no bills in the water department, but I still think we have to go through the motion and make a motion to approve the 0 bills this month. So I'll entertain a
I'll
motion.
make a motion to approve the water bills.
I got a motion by Greg Bickus,
I'll second it.
a second by Barb Delaney. Any questions of the bills?
There are none.
No questions.
All right. I will entertain a roll call, please.
Morelli,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Fickus,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Alberico.
Yes. All right, moving on. Any citizens wishing to address the board for the town fund? I do not see anybody raising their hand, so I will move on. I'll have an assessor's report by our interim assessor, if she'd like to.
Thanks, Ron. I just want to remind people that the senior assessment freeze paperwork that is normally mailed out in early April will be mailed out on May 29th. They're simplifying the form as much as possible so that it can be mailed back as opposed to coming into the office. We will probably be remaining closed to the public. So anyone who needs some help with it should call the office and we'll do what we can to help them. We may offer something of a drive-through service to help people who need it filled out, but those forms will be coming out the end of May. And that's all I have right now.
All right, thank you very much, Mary Ann. Can we have the clerk's report, Denise?
I don't have much to report other than Karen Johnson. I did do Karen's oath of office and that has been sent to the county. Mary Ann, if everything is going to go well, she will have her oath of office after the meeting. Other than that, I believe that's all now.
All right, I'm going to try to keep you busy making oaths. Coming up here pretty quick. All right, any trustees' comments or suggestions tonight? Hearing none, we'll move on to the building report. Couple of things going on here. Otis Elevator came in and has done their yearly check on the elevator. Phoenix Fire Systems done our annual inspection. I am going to probably tomorrow or Thursday, we're going to go to Menards and get some plexiglass. I'm going to try to fabricate plexiglass for in front of the counters for when we do open up, we can have plexiglass like they have in restaurants or not restaurants, grocery stores or hardware stores for the assessor's office. And I do want to talk to Denise. I mentioned it to her the other day, if she's okay with us going in there and putting up the plexiglass in her office too. I think my office has the windows. I think we're okay there because we have a glass partition between us, but I think the assessor's office and the clerk's office both have counters people walk up on. So I'll see what we could do with fabricating it. I got a pretty good idea how to build one.
So Ron, I'm just going to comment on that. I would need probably the highway department to come, a couple of the guys to come and move all of those printers that are very heavy off the counters in order to get that plexiglass on there. Or Ron, if you want to do it, but they're pretty heavy. So we'll talk about it later. Ron.
Okay, yeah, we'll figure it out. I think I didn't look close enough in your office yet to exactly figure out how to get around that stuff, but we'll look at it. I don't think we really need it until we open up in July or June anyway, so it's not a big deal.
I hope that wasn't a slip, July.
July, I hope not, yeah. The other thing I wanted to bring up, Dean Morelli asked me about, he came through the building the other day, or not through the building, but stopped by and noticed all the dandelions in our yard. He had suggested that I get some bids to have the lawn treated. So I went out and got 4 bids from different local landscapers or whoever does it. And the best bid came in at, looks like it's spring green, at $866 for 3 treatments. One in the spring, one early summer, and one in the fall. I will go ahead with that if you guys give me the thumbs up here tonight, if you feel that's an important thing to do. So this is just a kind of casual idea. You good with that? All right, Greg, and I see Delaney, Barb, and Karen's good. So I will go ahead and contact them in the morning and get that going. I think.
Just have one question,
Sure.
Ron. Sometimes lawn treatments have chemicals where they say don't let children or dogs play on them then. So can we just find out if there's any cautions after the treatment about people being in contact with it?
Yeah, I'll talk to him about that. You know, I'm here all the time.
What they do is they put those flags all over the lawn that it was treated. That's pretty much all they do. Is to
Right.
stay off the lawn.
And I can have them treat it on maybe a Thursday, probably would be the best day, because Tuesdays, you know, they use their garage for the food pantry. And that's the only time I see kids out in the yard wandering around playing while they're waiting for that food pantry. Thursdays, there's nothing going on in the building as far as the food pantry goes. So that might be the best day to treat it, and it'd be Friday, you know, and the whole weekend before anybody else would be on it. But anyway, we'll work that kind of stuff out. I'm just, I'll go ahead and get it going. I'll make our yard look good. I'll go out there and practice my golf. All right, that's all I really have in the building fund or report. So I will move on to the new business. First on the new business is an appointment of the assessor's office. Retroactive, as Barb had indicated, to May 1st. I do have in here, somewhere back in here. Oh, that's the letter I received from the Democratic organization. I will read it to you as soon as I find it. Okay, please, says, Dear Ron, please consider this email your official notice that the Lockport Township Democratic Organization is recommending Mary Ann Williamson for the position of assessor. So that being said, I would entertain a motion to appoint Mary Ann Williamson to the assessor's office as the assessor to fill the term of Debbie Mason. And that would be, as I said, retroactive to May 1st, 2020.
I'll make that motion.
Go ahead. Denise?
Second.
I'm sorry. I did go back to the minutes of April 7th, and the minutes do state that by Bickus and Morelli were to appoint Mary Ann Williamson as interim deputy assessor. So I just wanted to clarify that before you move forward.
Okay, yeah, I do remember that being the interim. Okay, I did get a motion, I believe, from Karen Johnson, and a second by Greg Bickus. Is that correct, Greg? Yes, okay. So I got a motion on the floor and a second. Are there any questions of the appointment?
Nope,
Seeing
I
none-
already asked it.
Okay. Can I have a roll call, please?
Alberico,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Bickus,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
and Morelli.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Mary Ann, congratulations as our new assessor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, next on the agenda is the appointment of collector. As of last month, our collector resigned and moved up to trustee, Karen Johnson, and which left vacant the collector's office. So I did reach out to the Democratic organization also, since Karen Johnson was elected as a Democrat. And they did send me an email yesterday. I want to thank Belinda Herod and Sherry Williamson for their interest in serving the Lockport Township organization as collector. We are indeed fortunate to have such excellent candidates to come forward. In accordance to our bylaws, an election was held, and the result is that you, Lockport Township PCs, have recommended Sherry Williamson to be recommended to the position of collector. Congratulations, Sherry. So I do have a letter suggesting that we appoint Sherry Williamson as the collector to fill out the term of Karen Johnson's. I would like a motion.
I'll make the motion, but let's have it reflect Sherry Williams, not Williamson.
I'm sorry. You know what? I knew I was going to do
So
this.
noted.
Here's the thing. About 2 months ago, we had two Barbs on the board. I always confused them. Now we're going to have a Williams and a Williamson. So I'm going to confuse you guys. So I guess it's my dementia as I'm getting older. I apologize. Sherry Williams. Can I have a motion to appoint Sherry Williams as collector?
Okay, I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Karen Johnson,
Second.
second by Barb Delaney. Any questions of the motions? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Morelli,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes,
Alberico,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Pickus.
Yes.
All right, motion carries. Congratulations, Sherry. And I hope I won't mess up your name too much.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. All right, moving on to approval of the ordinance number 2020-2, the 2020-2021 budget and appropriations bill. We did have a public hearing tonight before this meeting. We went through it all. I do need a motion to approve the ordinance 2020-2.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney.
I'll second it.
I got a second by Karen Johnson. Any questions of the motions or the bills? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Alberico,
Yes.
Delaney,
No.
Pickus,
No.
Johnson,
Yes,
Morelli,
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Motion carries. The only other thing I have for an approval tonight is I did receive a letter from the city of Crest Hill. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically they're asking for a donation or to help with the Crest Hills Veterans Police Memorial Committee. They have a nice display in the front of their building with the names of all the police officers that have passed, all two of them. I believe there's two of them that have passed, and the veterans. A nice memorial in the front. I think they're trying to add names to that, and it's going to take a little bit, and I think they may be moving it and doing some work with it. So they asked for a donation, and I would entertain a motion to send $500 over to Crest Hill.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion by Barb Delaney,
Second.
second by Greg Bickus. Any questions? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Pickus,
Yes.
Delaney, Morelli,
Yeah.
Yes.
Johnson,
yes,
Alberico.
Yes. Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Under old business, there's a few topics I want to bring up real quick. One of them, obviously, is Canal Days. I'm sure you're well aware has been canceled for Lockport this year in the second week of June. I believe the car shows, we've decided at this point in time to cancel June. I believe July and August will follow, but at this point in time, we're going to have a wait and see on the car shows, but we definitely are not going to have any car shows as of June 1st. Other than that, I do want to take a minute here, and I know I feel bad that we're doing this online. I wish we could have had it right here in this office, in this building, in this area here, but I want to thank, and from my heart how Debbie Mason, for the 33 years of service that she gave to this township. And we're going to miss her. She's done a lot of good work through the years. She's been a rock at this township for a lot of years. I did order a clock I wanted you guys all to see. I don't think she needs a clock now that she's retired, but it's what we've been doing. But it does have, it is engraved to Debbie Mason in appreciation of 33 years of service, Lockport Township government, March 31st, 2020. Debbie, I hope you're watching this. I will deliver this to your house. I won't make you come and get it. So I appreciate all you've done, and we're going to miss you here in the township. Okay, other than that, I did put in your packets one more thing at the very back. I got a email from PACE, what they're doing. I don't know if you guys remember, it was a while back that that we had they had sent me a memo, and I had announced in our meeting that they are not going to be making stops along their routes anywhere. There used to be just stand on the road and they'd pick you up. Now you have to have a designated bus stop, and they're going to be putting bus stop signs at areas in Lockport and the Fairmont area, and the list is on the paperwork that I sent you. It's mostly Farrell Road, Robbins Drive, Thornton, Reed, Summit, Garfield. Where else? Farrell Road here, Farrell and 159th, 159th and Edelman Drive. And I think there was one or two more. 9th and Madison and 9th and Washington. It's got kind of cut off on that, but now if you are taking Metro or the PACE bus, the PACE bus, you have to go to a designated bus stop, and I'm going to have that put on our website, and hopefully if you need any information on that, give us a call. We'll try to walk you through it or get you in contact with PACE. Other than that, I do have one more thing on here. I took it upon myself, and I don't know if I did right or not, but I ordered a sign that we're going to put up in the front of our building. And I know you're all here. I don't know if you've ever noticed the 2 4x8 sheets of plywood that we have up front. It's they have the bingo signs on there now, and we put our other signs on there. I have a sign, 2 of them. One's going to be thanking our first responders and all our heroes that are still working, going through this pandemic. The other sign is going to also say thank you just on the top. And I'm going to, basically it says, please sign your hero's name or write your hero's name. And I'll hang a marker there, and people could come by and write whoever they want on that board and thank them or whatever their little thing. And we'll save them and put them up at our next year's vendor show. So hopefully that'll work out nice. I think they're going to come tomorrow. And other than that, I really have no other business unless anybody has a question or statement. Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Barb Delaney,
Second.
second by Greg Bickus. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Bye.
All right, thank you, everybody. And Sherry, welcome aboard. Mary Ann, congratulations. Hopefully it'll be really be good.
Sherry, I want to tell you, if you're available later, I will do your oath of office virtually if you have an iPhone. Other than that, just over the phone. Okay?
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you, everybody. And I hope you all stay safe and stay home. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.